There we go. How about that? There we go, people.
There it is.
All right. See, I figured something out today. This is why I shouldn't be drinking.
Off clap. That you shouldn't start drinking
Oh,
until we get it set up.
Do I guess a low clap for fixing that audio? 15 freaking minutes in. Holy crap! All right, so we need to get going. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Kenny was just explaining that he's been having a rough week at work, trying to fix shit up because he's been out of work for a week. And for me, nothing's changed. I'm still just doing the same shit. I'm not working right now. Outside of the house, so yeah, I'm just trying to. Well, you would think without all the dang work, I would actually have this figured out.
Right.
But today I completely ignored coming into the office, and I just ignored going anywhere near the computer, which was probably a bad idea since this issue was happening. I don't understand why. Maybe it was a different setting I had for. Oh yes, it is for the public domain stuff I was doing. I changed the settings. That's
you
what it
didn't
was.
have any of your audio going out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so I could hear what was coming into the live stream into my headphones through the mixer. So if I ever wanted to change anything, so yeah. Will Clausen. I hope I pronounced your last name right, Will, man. How's the Chameleon Commando script coming? Now, this is pretty cool. Actually, this is a good story to tell too, Will. I actually have been working on that script still, off and on throughout the years. I know it's taken freaking forever. We've known each other for a long time now, multiple years. Will's a pretty cool guy. He actually wrote a comic with another buddy of his called Chameleon or Cold-Blooded Chameleon Commandos, and I ended up picking up every single issue of that comic just by like I was at the comic book store and it was in like a bulk deal so that you had like the entire series together, and I ended up picking them up. And I like fell in love, of course, because I'm a Ninja Turtle fan too. Like I fell in love with how that was laid out as well. And I ended up like just Googling this stuff, right? Like Cold Blooded Chameleon Commandos. I don't think I've ever told you this story either, Kenny. But I Googled it and then I found in some guy's, I think it was a blog or something that he was talking about it. Well, I reached out to that guy whose blog it was, and I was like, I'd be interested in like doing a film for this, or something. He was actually, I believe it was Will's brother, so it was the writer's brother of the comic, and he got me hooked up with him, and we've been talking back and forth ever since. I actually did do first script or first draft of the script, and then I've been going back and forth ever since, just trying to be like, okay, no, I don't want to do this part in here because it's kind of like this or this, and trying to figure out the style that we want to go to, because you don't want to rip off from other movies too much to where it's like, ugh, this again. So it'd be kind of cool. Oh, Kenny got a delivery. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. But yeah, to answer Will's question again in the comments, yeah, dude, I'm working on. I'll actually send you some stuff. I keep forgetting to send you every time I write another page or something. I was doing that for the longest time, and I'll definitely get to doing that again. It's really cool. I've actually been telling other people about the comic ever since I picked it up because I was like, dude, this is pretty cool. And then he did a one-off called Rivet for one of the characters, and that's a really cool one. I actually have that edition as well. I know he was. I think you were working on a new one-off, if I'm not mistaken. Will, I'm not sure. You can let us know in the comments if you are or not. So yeah. I think that about answers that one. And that was a story time too. I didn't even mean that for a story time. um, but yeah, so I guess I do have other stuff going on I could be doing in this quarantine. So
Right.
I just get too caught up, homeschooling and all that crap. I'm just like, by the end of the like homeschooling, especially doing a fifth grader and a kindergartner, you're just like, all right, I don't even want to be near a computer the rest of the day. Like, today Caleb had an assignment. My youngest had an assignment where it was to read Billy Goes Gruff, and then you were supposed to like build a fake bridge or something out of like pillows and cushions and blankets and all that crap. So I like took advantage of that, and we did that for like an hour just to get away from monitors and stuff. So that was my day today, just like playing with cushions, and then when we were done, we had to like videotape a little bit of it so that we could upload it and shit for the teachers. But yeah, that was fun.
I'm
So
definitely glad the school is low tech up here. They're like, here's a packet of papers, do it.
right. See,
They give us a schedule
mm,
of what to do like each day for the week, but most of the time we blow through like half of it in the first day,
right. Yeah.
and then progressively she gets less and less likely to do it.
Mm,
So then the last day she ends up doing like the last third of it because she only does a little bit of it
mm-hmm.
during the week. Until it's like, man, you finish it in 2 days, you got all the week to do, just do whatever you want.
Yeah. Awesome. Will also said in the comments that Rivet number 2 is almost done, so that's pretty cool. I really like the animation style. I'll have to show you some pages. I know I ended up digitizing the all those comics for myself, and I digitized them, turned them into like a PDF. So yeah. What up?
Got some pizza too.
Who was that?
My wife, she just smacked me in the forehead.
Is he a
I
wife
got
or a
pizza.
brother? So
Pizza and a milkshake.
I thought you were gonna change your background. You said you were gonna put on a green screen background today.
Well, I don't have anything on this computer because actually it's new. So
Oh yeah, Kenny finally got a new computer. That's something you got in the last week. There you go.
right, got it Tuesday. Started setting it up Wednesday and trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Not trying to podcast off a tablet.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean,
Right.
it's really just
Podcasting off of a free tablet came with my phone.
yeah. And you can't complain if it's free.
Right? Well, when you're paying $1,000 for a phone nowadays,
Yeah.
you better give me a free tablet. Because you end up paying for it anyways. Because like I'm through Verizon, they do the plan where you pay for the plan and the phone.
Yeah.
So you pretty much pay for it anyways.
So you got a story for me, bro? Come on, give me a good story.
I don't know. Let's see. I don't do anything.
I mean, it doesn't have to be of recently. Like, I mean, shoot, the comic one I just told that's a few years old. That was back like when, oh man, probably right when I moved to Florida. So almost, a while ago.
Right.
No, it was a little after I moved to Florida, so I got the comics in Florida. So, yeah. But any stories, any good ones? Come on, man! I told you we got to start doing story time once a podcast, and I'll do the other story I was actually going to tell too, so to cover some extra time later. We are going to try and keep these down to like about an hour, guys, just so everyone's aware.
So we're not here forever.
Right, because I mean, I could talk on Operation Babel for 3 to 6 hours and just be fine. We did an Endgame podcast that was like 6 hours long. I broke it into two separate ones, I think.
I think that the one I ended up on was like 3 hours. I didn't even realize it was 4:30.
The one last week's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I didn't even realize that one of Rochelle's friends came over
Yeah.
and we were still on the podcast. So I'm like, oh crap.
No, once
Trying to
you
get off of here.
that's the nice thing about that podcast is it's very conversational, so it's like you dive into what you're um talking about. We try and
Right.
keep it more that one. We try and keep it well. It's called Operation Babble because we're just babbling about whatever. We try and keep it more like that so that it doesn't feel so scripted or anything like that. It doesn't really have a layout. We literally
Right.
created it without a layout. Whereas like another one I've been working on has a layout. That was the first thing I came up with was a layout for that one because I was like, look,
Right.
this one can't be like this because I want to set time and everything else. That's kind of why I want to get a set time for this. Be like, all right, we're gonna go from this time to this time, make it an hour and a half tops, and then we're out. You know,
Especially with it being live.
being live, yes, and being later at night too, because you know I gotta go to sleep sometime. Because I know even when we end here, I won't be going to sleep right away. So
Oh, me neither. That's why I'm doing it Fridays because I got Saturdays off, so I can actually sleep in a little bit.
yeah. So story or no story? Most of mine are gonna be about like entertainment shit that I've done. So
Well, the thing is, most of the stuff that I've done in the last
10 years.
10 years has been, you know, school or band related.
I mean, you did have a kid and got married
Kid,
and all that
got
crap.
married, all that.
That's not saga worthy. Is that what you're saying? You hear
Well,
that,
like,
Rochelle, right?
like the the uh the day that I got called by her saying that she was going to the hospital, that she's like, um, my water broke, all that stuff like that, or no, she
Yeah.
said she needed to go to the hospital because she thought the baby was coming. I'm like, okay. I walk into the office because I was at work at the time.
Now this is your second baby. You
Yeah,
okay?
2 years ago in a few days
Yeah, yeah.
because he's just turned 2 last month. Uh, and I go in the office. And I'm like, my wife just said that she's going in labor, and they're like, okay. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And they're like, leave, get out. What are you doing here still?
And just like go
They
to.
yelled at me.
Did they
They
just
yelled at
like?
me. They yelled at me. They're like, just give us your keys and get the hell out of the building. Go. Because I'm like, do I need to do anything? They're like, no, you need to get the hell out of here.
Just like, do
So
you
yeah,
know what you
get up
do?
there. We get up there, and then the doctor's talking to us and everything, and we're like, okay, you'll probably have, a normal thing.
Mhm.
And they're like, well, we don't feel anything, but the 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 water's not broke yet, and he's not down there because the day before he turned 90 degrees.
Mhm.
So we're like, okay, so what do we do now? They're like, well, you're gonna have to have a C-section. She's just like, okay, and then I pretty much had a giant meltdown. I'm on the phone with mom. I'm like
What?
crying. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
That's when you'd be like, all right, let's grab the samurai sword and cut this out of you, alien style.
But no, the funniest thing about it is like, they're like, okay, you can come in now because they have the whole room
Hmm.
set and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I sit down. They're like, you sit here. I'm like, okay. I sit, by her head. I'm like, I'm sitting there. And they're like, okay, 2 seconds later, they're like, baby, and they're just pulling a baby. I'm like, oh, are you already? I sat down, a baby, and they're already putting him in a separate room to, get him all cleaned off and everything.
Right.
They're like, do you want to see the baby? I'm like, I've been in the operating room for like 2 seconds. They had me in the waiting room for 20 freaking minutes, and then they had me in there.
That's just having a baby. No, there's no having a baby situation where everything goes exactly like how they're gonna tell you when especially if you do those baby classes or some shit. I remember before your dumbass was born, Mom put me in some classes at the hospital to learn how to change a diaper. Basically, because their fucking asses wanted to be lazy and not change diapers, they wanted to teach the kids to do it. But okay.
Right.
Oh. So.
But yeah, like it's funny because they're like pretty much like, you watch any of those hospital shows or whatever, ain't none of that shit true. Just like. But it's funny because she was sitting there trying to close her eyes and go, and I'm like, no, stay awake.
I don't know.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
What was it? Knocked Up did a pretty decent job of showing kind of like what it's like when they're in the hospital for Knocked Up. The Seth Rogen film.
Yeah, but that's also for a
What's
natural birth, not a C-section where they just you're just numb pretty much from the head down.
Right. Then Dad has to go in there in the freaking like whole bodysuit if they even let you in there.
Yeah, I don't remember what they gave me. Yeah, I was pretty much suited up and everything.
Yeah.
But
because
I
it's
was the
basically
first one
OR.
I was the first one to hold him. Because they were like, here, do you want to hold the baby? And she's still getting stitched up.
You know what we call that. I mean, it's on my shirt right here. Slashery. Or wait. Hold on.
Did you actually get a shirt with that on it?
Slashery.
Oh, no, that was too loud here. Slashery. 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 Yeah. John hates it when I do it. Yeah, no, this is a Slashery shirt. Oh shit.
Yeah.
With me on it from
forever ago.
Yeah, forever ago. I actually still have the outfit. I mean, the makeup was just the half black, half white face that I always used to do. And no, it wasn't for Halloween that I dressed up like this. I mean, I probably did wear this on Halloween once or twice, but no, that was I made it just because I loved it. Yeah. Oh, probably older than that, dude.
Really?
Because actually you can't really see, but in the shirt here, I'm wearing a do-rag, a white do-rag that had blood spatter on it as well. And then I had like an alfalfa spike hair coming out of the top of the do-rag where there was just like one little hole in it. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to pop this piece of hair through here. And then I made the hair like red coming out of it all the time. It's so stupid. So stupid. How did I ever get married?
Trickery, that's what it was.
Right.
Isn't that how most of us?
All right, so... Oh, man. I think I'll do my story.
That's how any of us siblings get somebody to be with us. Trickery.
Right. They call it trickery.
No, wait. Trickery. Trickery.
This is why
either that or babies,
right? This is why people should not have soundboards, by the way.
You keep screwing around.
So for my story is not super old, but I mean it was before my youngest was born, so it was at least I'm gonna say 7 years ago. When I moved down to Florida here, we were shooting. A buddy of mine had written a script about like this organization type thing Now that I actually think about it, it kind of seemed more like a John Wick organization thing, but this was before. I think it was before John Wick came out, the first one. So
Really?
I don't know. So he wrote a whole script, and bro, when he writes scripts, he's like, big ass scripts, like 300, 400 page scripts, and I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna read this whole thing. Like, give me the cliff notes or something, make me wanna read it. Um, so he wrote that, and I actually wrote. I don't know how big that one was, but it was pretty big. But I read everything that he had given me, and he wanted to shoot something about it. So I ended up shooting like a documentary type piece on him, like a basically a Q&A documentary type piece about like how it came to be, like where the idea came from. And
Right.
then we also took excerpt a piece, a couple, I think it was like one or two whole scenes from the script, and we went and shot them as like proof of concept to try and make it a little easier to get funds for it if we wanted to go to like GoFundMe or Kickstarter or shit like that.
Right.
So while we were shooting, we ended up shooting at a scene. It was a restaurant scene, and it was supposed to be late at night. So we ended up shooting a night scene at this pizza place that we ended up being able to rent out. The guy didn't charge us anything. I think it was just supposed to be for like credit or whatever. Um, I really don't remember. The pizza owner even like made us pizzas free of charge. I was like, who are you, and why doesn't every production company use you? And this was like purely independent, like 100% independently done. I was the producer on it and assistant director, I think. I helped do that, but I mean, once you're doing producing work, you're doing a lot of shit, anyways. Especially on an indie project, you're just doing whatever the hell you think needs done. You don't have time to wait around or extra funds to pay people. Actually, I don't think we paid anybody uh, that I can think of. Um, and then we had it was a really messed up situation too. Uh, the behind the scenes part, not necessarily what my story is, but I can get into that too, I guess. So the main story here is we were shooting late at night at this pizza parlor, and in the middle of the night, like we're talking 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning or so, because we needed it pitch black, and it was the only time that the restaurant owner was cool with us shooting there because no one's in there. He's not gonna take any business away. So we go in there, we're shooting. Everyone's in there. There's a bunch of people, all this like crew and stuff like that we had. Luckily, we grabbed a bunch of people from the one of the local colleges to help out with production and stuff like that. So then, about midway through the night, some dude just is knocking on the glass door, right? Just knocking as hard as he can. And these guys go over there and they're talking to him like they opened the fucking door first of all to somebody they had no clue who it was. It's like it's not like you can't see through the door to like notice it's not someone on the crew or whatever. So they had no clue who he was or anything, and they're just talking. They let him in. They let him in, and then I was walking up to try and figure out what the hell was going on, why we were stopped shooting and everything like that. Because like one of the main talents was like, oh yeah, he's trying to be nice. He's like what I guess what people call influencers nowadays, where he's just trying to like boast about everything and try to be the nice guy about everything, and he looks like he's a social influencer. Um, but like hair and everything. I won't even go there. Um, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I walk up there, and I'm the only one out of them that that this guy is just trouble, instant trouble. Like, I don't know if it's because of where I grew up or what, but like I could look at him and just be like, that's trouble. And since then, it wasn't me who spotted it because I didn't get that close to the guy, but then someone spotted that he had a pistol on him, a gun on him, and the guy pulled the gun out to sit down because it was in the back of his pants. So he pulled the gun out and he sat down in one of the booths and set the gun down. And I'm just like thinking, what is going on? Like, what the hell are we gonna end up going into right now? And bro, I decided that I was gonna be the person. I was like, look, somebody has to get him out of here. Let's just get him out. I was like, look, dude, you gotta leave. This is a closed set. We're shooting the film. You can't be in here. I was like, it's a danger not only to yourself but us as well because something might fall on you. Like I wasn't trying to make it about the gun. I was like, something that could fall on you because we have lights everywhere and shit like that. I was like, it's a danger to you because something could fall on you. It's a danger to us because you might not know what you're touching, you know, and hurt one of us because we're not watching you not constantly. So then I got him out of the store, out of the restaurant, and walked him across the street and everything. And before I got him out of the building, a lot of the people went into the back, into the kitchen, so that they weren't anywhere near the guy once they realized he had a gun on him. So I walk him across the street, like I'm talking at least 300 yards away. Like I just kept walking with the dude until I knew it was like, this is good enough here, and let him be. And I'm walking back in and everything, and everyone is just stopped. And I'm just looking around like, why is no one working? And they're like, dude had a gun, and we were worried. And I'm like, y'all are so worried, huh? Like, you sent one dude to take care of him then, but y'all so worried, right? I'm like, are you serious right now? It's like, is this what the industry is like? Is everyone a bunch of pansies or something? Like, you know, you guys are going to be growing up. You're going to be in a lot worse situations, which I've been in. And it's just like, really, like, this is what's going to make you stop working today is a guy showed up with a gun who didn't show any threat or anything, at least, like, threaten anybody, I should say. So it took me probably about 45 minutes to get these people back to work. Because they were like, and some of them were like coming up to me, like asking me if I was okay because I was the one that walked him across the street. I'm like, I am fine. And they're like, you weren't scared? I was like, why would I be scared? It's a gun. Tons of people in the world carry guns. Tons of people in the city I grew up in carried guns and had them sitting next to me all the time. I don't care. Like, the gun is only a threat if it's in his hand. Really.
Right.
I was just like, come on, people. Like, I just felt so annoyed that I had to waste so much potentially shooting time because people were just scared. They're like, oh, he's going to shoot through the window and I'm not moving back here until somebody and so comes out. And they wanted to call the cops and stuff like that, which, I mean, yeah, they could have called the cops, but what's the cop going to do? Exact same damn thing I did. They're just going to walk him away because the guy probably had a license to carry his gun. So, you know.
It's their fault for letting him in, so.
Right. That's, don't even get me started on
That's
that.
like, you shouldn't have let him in the first place.
But
on the door, you open the door a little bit, be like, "This is closed set. Sorry,
right,
sir."
right. But the long-term ending of the entire project was, the main talent supplied the camera guy who apparently worked in his production company, and they never gave us the footage, one bit. So I ended up sending cease and desist orders to them because I was like, yeah, nah, if you're not giving us the footage, our own footage, then we're making sure you don't use it anywhere. So yeah, because I had all the contracts from the talent anyways filled out to our company's name and all that crap. So there was no way that they were gonna try and take our footage and go off and, you know, do their own thing. I ran into the main talent guy who was a dickhead. I won't say his name, but he was a massive asshole, and he still is. Still is. But that's story
Usually.
time.
Usually.
I think my stories are probably going to be more dragged out than Kenny's. I'm going to be the Kevin Smith on this podcast where I'm just telling the story. Just wait till I get to my broken leg thing. Oh, my God. I play that as a gag on the other podcast all the time. I was like, so I broke my leg. This Spoilers, I broke my leg. So
broke my leg being a dipshit.
I broke my leg, man. I broke it. I broke it hard.
No. We all know how you broke your leg being a dumbass.
Yeah. That's a story for another time. I need more stories if we're going to keep story time up. All right, so what else are we going? Do we have anything else before we got into our like main thing that we're gonna do since we're drinking anyway?
Don't think so.
All right, so if you guys are watching, either live or playback, if you're watching playback, thank you, we appreciate it. If you're watching live, we definitely appreciate it. Because my numbers never show right over here. It's so weird. But anyway,
until it's done, right?
Right. Yeah. So, again, basic premise of this podcast started because me and Kenny stayed up stupid late one day, and we're just basically we weren't even drinking that time. At least I don't think so. Basically just stayed up on the phone super late one day. We were talking about normal stuff, what was going on and shit like that. And then which is actually kind of like how we're doing the podcast, I guess. We were talking about normal kind of shit. Then we're doing a story, and then we're jumping into this. Now, this thing we're not going to necessarily do every week. So this week, like in that first conversation we had that sparked the idea of the Brother Saga podcast, we were going through sites such as Amazon Prime Video and Hulu, Netflix, I think those were the main three that we did that day because I think those are the three that we both have.
Yeah.
Which, trying not to burp too loud in the mic. Which I mean,
I like going like this.
Yeah. Which the way we have it set up now, though, every streaming service that I have, we can actually look into, which would be pretty dope. Just to make fun of stuff. So basically, we're just going to go through some streaming shit and check it out, see what we can find. Maybe I'll find something because I like watching bad shit. And so, I don't know. Ready for this shit?
I guess.
Ready for it? Here we go. All right. You can get Epics for 99 cents a month for 2 months. Check that out.
Ooh.
There you go.
I already like this Jurassic Games looking up here.
Jurassic Games. Oh, yeah, here we go.
It looks like Call of Duty and Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Games. Okay, so what's this about? Let's see here. Every year, 10 of the world's most lethal death row criminals are chosen to compete for their freedom in the Jurassic Games, a television show where contestants must survive against a variety of ferocious dinosaurs. That sounds dope.
It's literally Death Race with dinosaurs.
Right? The last player standing is the winner and is granted not only his freedom, but fame and fortune. Survive the dinosaurs, survive each other, survive the Jurassic Games. That's fucking awesome.
Like, it's Death Race meets Jurassic Park.
Bro,
Hunger Games.
I'm gonna have to watch that one. I don't know if you've checked any of them out, but I've been reviewing like a lot of bad movies lately, and I find that I love so many like dumb things in them. That's like hard to be super critical, but I still give them like a 1 star or something.
Right. Hey, that sucker's got 3 stars.
Right? I mean, maybe it's as good as Velocipaster. You never know. I heard I still haven't watched Velocipaster, but I heard it's like one of the better ones because of how campy and shit it is. Like it knows what it's doing and shit. So
It popped up on my suggestions once at Amazon. I'm like, what the hell?
A Rochelle says it sounds like the Hunger Games. Nah, it sounds like Death Race.
It does. It's criminals
Because
Uh,
they're okay. So 10 of the world's most lethal death row criminals are chosen to compete for their freedom in the Jurassic Games, a television show
yeah.
where contestants must survive against a variety of dinosaurs. The last play. I guess it could be a cross between the Hunger Games and Death Race, or I'm drinking already, so I don't remember the name of the other movie.
Like I said, it's Death Race meets Hunger Games meets Jurassic World
Oh no,
or Jurassic
the
Park.
there's another older one out there.
Is there?
Before Death Race, I forget what it was called, but let's see if this back button thing works here. All right, cool.
Ooh,
Let's check
fancy.
on movies based on my viewing, shall we? The Lighthouse. I definitely recommend watching The Lighthouse if you haven't already, bro. I'm not even gonna talk about that because I've seen it and I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Is that actually free on Amazon now?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't pay for Amazon movies, so
You do or don't?
I don't.
Okay. UHF,
UHF.
Saturday the 14th.
I
And
think I remember watching Travis's UHF on
yeah,
VHS.
yeah. Anna and the Apocalypse. This is one I actually want to watch. It's basically like a musical zombie flick.
That's interesting.
But to just give a brief summary of it.
Now we know that you watch weird shit. It's based on your viewing.
Madness in the Method. Okay.
Is that Jason Mewes movie?
This is Jason Mewes' directorial debut. Okay.
Okay.
And I've seen this before it came on here, which now I kind of wish I just would waited. But legendary stoner actor Jason Mewes is tired of Hollywood's perception of him. Upon advice from his friend Kevin Smith, Mewes tracks down a secret method acting book to reinvent himself as a serious actor with disastrous consequences. So, my best way to describe this film is think of this one here. I just so happen to have it already setting out. Pauly Shore is Dead. That's the best way to describe Madness in the Method. Here, I'll give a bigger view of it for people. Pauly Shore is Dead is a freaking funny film, just filled with stars and shit like that, of course. Which Madness in the Method is just filled with a bunch of random stars and shit like that. So, they did shoot it a while ago, though. You can tell, because Kevin Smith is like big in it, and then later down he's a little skinnier. So yeah. Let's see what else there is here. Biodome, duh. I mean, why not?
Right.
The Fuzz. I still haven't
Fuzz.
watched that one. Clue. Velocipaster, of course. I mean, I'm not even gonna read that. Everybody has seen the trailer for it at least. Where a pastor is turned into a velociraptor.
What the hell is this?
The 41-year-old virgin who knocked up Sarah Marshall and felt super bad about it. It's one of those spoof movies, you know.
It's a spoof of spoofs.
No, it's a spoof of rom-coms.
Yeah.
Because those are basically what... Yeah. Most of those are rom-coms. Superbad wasn't a rom-com.
That's gotta be stupid as hell, but still funny.
Yeah. The Phantom... I do like The Phantom. I haven't seen it in a long time. With Billy Zane. And if no one knows who Billy Zane is, you're a sad person. Toxic Avenger, which I actually own every single Toxic Avenger film. So, Bindle Stiffs. That's like, it says Kevin Smith Bindle Stiffs, but it's like I don't know why his name's attached to it. I think he like helped produce it or something. I'm not sure exactly what all the connection is there. What the fuck is it? Zombie Club? All right. Okay. We gotta read this one because I can't read this small print here.
I can't read.
After a mix-up in and a shipment of lab frogs goes terribly wrong, infecting 6 teens and the school's science teacher with the zombie virus. The group must band together in a race against the clock to find a cure. Okay. That just sounds like a bad... I'm not going to watch that one. It just sounds bad.
It only sounds like 2020. No big deal,
Right?
right?
It's too close to home, man.
Too close, man. It's too soon, bro.
Rambo, surf ninjas must die. Or surf Nazis.
Surf Nazis.
Sorry.
Ninjas.
Lava. How do you say that? Lava lantula?
Yeah, like a tarantula.
B-movie monsters and disaster shock collide when volcanic eruptions in LA unleash a horde of gigantic lava-breathing tarantulas. That sounds like fun. Sharknado.
Sounds like murder hornets in a pandemic.
I see you. Man, there's so many like here. Oh, Jurassic Games is part of my based on movies I've viewed. All right. Let's get out of that topic.
Yeah, let's just not look at yours anymore, you crazy person.
Top rated? No. Horror movies. These are always interesting. Oh wait, those
Those are TV
there we
shows.
go. Body bags. My friend Dahmer.
I've seen that quite a few times, but I haven't actually looked at it. I've seen it on my horror movie suggestions.
It's. I think it's supposed to be him as a kid.
Yeah,
Adolescent
yeah, as a
Jeffrey
younger one.
Dahmer, before he became one of America's most infamous serial killers, based on the acclaimed graphic novel.
Right.
Haunting, sad, funny, true story of Dahmer in high school. So, did he kill people?
Wasn't there another movie about him, or was that a different serial killer?
There was the one that Zac Efron recently did, which
Yeah.
was Bundy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what that. So it's just a bunch of Disney kids playing serial killers. That's nice.
Was Zac Efron Disney kid? Oh, High School Musical, yeah.
And then the other kid's a Disney kid from, I'm guessing.
They gotta break that stigma, bro.
Yeah, we're not Disney kids no more. We're serial killers.
I mean, look what most of the Disney girls like go off and like they prove their sexuality and shit like that to try and get away from it.
That's like
The Brothers Grimm. I love this movie. Have you seen that before?
probably forever ago.
Yeah, Matt
recently.
Damon and Heath Ledger.
Well, Heath Ledger's alive in it, so yeah, forever ago. Unfortunately.
Okay, scare me. Let's look at this one because this looks stupid. A group of college students ride share to a music festival and have a campfire story competition on the way. As the stories progress, the tensions rise as they realize they are in a story of their own. Okay, we're just gonna go down and scroll. We're just gonna keep going through one movie's thing and just like picking a random one. The Night Sitter. I can't even.
Some weird stuff on here.
A scheming con artist poses as a babysitter to steal from a wealthy occult enthusiast and his reclusive son. Her crew arrives to clean out the house just as the son stumbles upon one of his father's most prized artifacts and unwittingly summons a trio of witches known as the Three Mothers. As the sadistic witches start picking people off who will survive the night. My guess is the leading babysitter will live until the very end.
All the kids are dead.
And let's watch it now. No. Okay, you pick one.
What the?
What?
You're going quick, man.
Oh. You can't kill
You can't kill Stephen King.
What's this one? Okay. It's 3 stars. A campy horror film about a group of friends who make a clueless and ill-fated decision to visit the lake where horror author Stephen King lives. Interesting. What are some of the reviews here? There's a lot of good reviews on here, but it might all be
Right.
the cast and crew though that worked on it. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's go back to Prime Video.
Go back.
All right. Oh, so Upload is on here already. Cool.
What's that?
This is a really cool show. It's about getting your subconsciousness uploaded into like a all fake reality, alt reality type thing. Not alt reality.
Oh, is that the one that you said was similar to like Ready Player One?
Yeah, yeah. Except for
Okay.
like if you die, you can still have your subconscious like uploaded into there, so you can keep
Okay.
living on and shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so instead of just plugging into a tree, you plug into a game, right?
Okay. Oh, because you watched Mermaid Down. So I watched this movie called Mermaid Down.
What is that?
Okay. So Mermaid Down. Let me see if it's on here. It's got to be on here somewhere. Because I don't know if I'll do the description justice or not. Let's see here.
Oh, you just missed it.
Mermaid Down. Oh no! Don't show it to me like that. That's not how I want to see it.
Might just be able to click on it.
Boom.
Should have it.
A mermaid is ripped from the Pacific. Her tail is chopped off, and she's thrown into a mental home where no one believes she is a mermaid. This movie is actually really freaking fun. Except
Well, you think about those, they just chop her tail off. It's not like she's just gonna grow feet.
she does. Spoilers.
That makes no sense. Why would she grow feet if they just cut her tail off? No, she just have should have nubbins.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that don't make sense in the movie. The mermaid is the least non thing that doesn't make sense, like the least of your worries when you go watching this movie, but it's so much fun. Okay, so get this. This movie has a mermaid. This movie, spoilers for Mermaid Down people. This movie has a mermaid. It has a ghost. a ghost that has issues as well.
Issues?
And it has a like a psychotic doctor character that they yeah. I'm trying to find my my thing I wrote on it cuz I was just like, what is this? So they do something in here. And I'm just going to read basically what I wrote about the doctor. Okay. I wrote, the doctor is clearly crazy. We find this as random bodies. We find random bodies are found and non-needed killing happens. They really try hard to make the doctor into this iconic kind of killer doctor. Like murder doctor. This is definitely evident when opening a secret room only being opened using the H.H. Holmes book. Who, if people don't know, H.H. Holmes was also a serial killer doctor who ran the murder castle / murder hotel, which the American Horror Story series season is based off of for a murder hotel. but he was a real guy, and
Yeah.
the way they push this doctor trying to be like, he's such a psycho killer. There's bodies in his house, and he's feeding people to things, and then they like make it so you can't get into a specific room without pulling that one H.H. Holmes book. I was just like, oh, I see what you guys tried to do there. It didn't work. But this movie is so good in like all the right bad ways.
You said that it talked about Doctor being a serial killer. I was like, oh, that's kind of like Prodigy. I've
Like
been
what?
watching the crap out of that show.
Which one?
Prodigy.
Oh yeah,
The Prodigal Son.
Prodigal Son.
I don't know why I shortened it, but yeah, where his dad's a serial killer.
Okay, so
We should go sideways real quick.
so since I just read that for Mermaid Down, let's see what they suggest.
Mermaid Song.
Mermaid Song. The story begins where the fairy tale ends. Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. For years she has lurked in the depths, waiting. Once a young woman set into a tragic and watery grave. She has since become... Do we click it to find out? What has she become?
Probably a mermaid.
Oh,
The next one's probably Siren.
Death Mermaid. Siren. Blew my mind. 15-year-old Mia is facing an overwhelming transformation which calls her entire existence into question.
She's turning into a mermaid.
Mermaid.
Mermaids everywhere.
Can not all these be about mermaids? Pray, okay. Stay out to live. Jin. After receiving a cryptic message from his past, Sean Walker learns of an ancient curse haunting his family. He discovers man is not alone on this planet, and that he is in the middle of a war between good and evil that has waged for centuries. I think I've heard of this one, but there might also be like 500 other movies called Jin, so I don't know.
Or 500 different movies with that same plot.
Yeah. The Mythica series. Ooh. These are really cool. They have Kevin Sorbo in them, but he's not like a lead necessarily. But that was the whole reason I started watching them. They were like done independently and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Right.
So I don't know where we're at here. I know we're going over the live time for an hour, but we did have a 5-minute buffer plus another 5-minute technical difficulty.
Right.
Oh
What the hell is C-Lab?
It's a cartoon. This is a remake using old animation from Hanna-Barbera's C-Lab 2020, which was an educational cartoon. Okay, so this is not even the one I thought it was. I thought it was the Hanna-Barbera one. Apparently this is like a spoof one then, I'm guessing.
Right.
Oh. Let's see here. Vikings. I've been told to watch Vikings. I will not watch Vikings, though. I just don't have the amount of time. What is this, though? Is this
Automation.
a workplace robot auto-transforms into a killing machine when he discovers he will be replaced by a more efficient model. That's dope. Like, how rad do you have to be like, we're going to create a murder robot, but it's going to be because he's getting replaced. And it's basically just going to be telling, like, the story of man losing their job all the time. And how he goes, postal. Except this time it's a robot, so we can get away with a lot more crap.
Like, this new robots took our jobs.
They took our jobs. I guess I shouldn't say that right now because a lot of people are losing work.
Man.
Lucha Underground Wrestling. Oh, these are to buy. I'm
Buy
trying.
sports.
Oh. My dang head's already spinning, and I didn't even drink that much
Oh, the
yet.
12th.
The 12th.
Our drive-in is opening.
Oh, nice.
Officially,
all
yeah.
of them, or just the big one?
Just the two in this area that I know for sure. But they're gonna be playing like Sonic and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
One of them's actually be playing Sonic and the Trolls World Tour on one screen.
Oh yeah.
But that's out in Liberty Center. That's a long ass drive. I know how long it takes to get to Sundance. Like 3 minutes, maybe like a minute longer than it takes me to get to work.
Right.
So
I
think they were playing like Sonic, and then after that it was some other movie that I have no interest in.
Yeah.
Like maybe go out there, watch that movie, and dip. Then I don't have to worry about bathroom breaks or anything because they probably won't be open.
Right. I know some of the
Put a bunch of
theaters.
snacks in the car and go.
Yeah. Some of the theaters around here are doing they're like just putting the movie, they got it showing on the wall of the building outside.
Really?
And they have it set up like a drive-in now, so where people can just pull up and use their own car radios and shit. But they still do serve refreshments and shit like that. I'm trying to find one more good one to just like go at. I think no, Hobo with Shotgun's not good enough. We need one good one just to go out on. Tammy and the T-Rex. Now, see, these are from Shudder, but we can actually see these other streaming services through Amazon, which is actually nice. Let's see here. Gremlins, NBA Pass, no. Bad TV.
Baby shows.
There's gotta be a good one. Oh, I got one for us. Because I actually own this movie. Uh-oh. What happened?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Let's just click that there.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Why can't I just type in? Here we go.
Forget you, that's why.
Boom, 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 boom. It just doesn't like me today.
Nothing does.
It's
you
like,
already had
screw
sound problems. Now
you.
Amazon hates you.
So we started this. We started this based on Killer
Sofa.
So Killer Condom. And, this one doesn't give us a thing. Okay, so we're just gonna go.
Why is it so expensive?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's I did not pay that much for that. Killer Condom. We'll go to IMDb.
No wonder.
Boom. Ooh, maybe we could play the trailer. I wonder. Nah, we won't do that. Okay. See full summary. Boom. Holy shit.
Full summary.
Those are from people. I just want the synopsis.
There you go. Apparently they don't have one.
Okay. Fuck IMDb then right now. We'll go to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Plot. Here we go. Set in the seedy parts of New York City, Killer Condom follows gay detective Luigi Macaroni, who I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that.
I bet you it's straight macaroni.
Who has been hired to investigate a series of bizarre attacks at the Hotel Quickie, in which male guests have all had their penises mysteriously bitten off. While at the crime scene, he enlists the service of a gigolo named Billy and invites him up to the crime room. Before the two men engage in sex, a carnivorous living condom interrupts them and bites off Macaroni's right testicle. Now, on a personal vendetta, Macaroni begins his lone quest to not only bring a stop to the rash of condom attacks, but also face his true feelings toward Billy the Gigolo.
That's crazy.
Oh, I couldn't have described it to make it funnier.
Luigi Macaroni, like the name is just hilarious.
It's Luigi
already.
Macaroni. I should stop with accents. I really should stop with accents. Um, it is originally from. I know
Germany.
yeah, originally Germany, and
Yeah, 'cause
Switzerland, but
it
it's
was
in Germany.
It's actually a comic book turned into a movie.
I could believe it. A German comic book.
Yeah, because it's condom with a K. Condom Dis-
Condom dis
of horror. It's
Cronus.
pretty much condom of horrors. But
Yeah.
that's funny.
Horror comedy directed by Martin Waltz. It is based on the comic book Condom des Grünes. A bis auf die Nachten, down to the bone.
That's pretty funny.
Or down to the bones. It was distributed
Tagline. Read
in
the
the...
tagline.
Where's the tagline? Oh, the rubber that rubs you out. Yeah, that's right on the front of the DVD.
That is
I literally
hilarious.
have the DVD back there.
The rubber that rubs you out. That's funny.
Okay. All right. So, with killer condoms and everything, I think that's a good one.
Right.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm lost now. All
It's
right.
all your fault.
So, I think we're good for tonight. We got an hour in with the 16 minutes of fuck ups. So, every night, guys, we're going to try and do this. We're going to do a shot at the end of the night. And why are we doing this shot, Kenny?
You tell me, because mine's all fucked up. Hold on.
Oh, Kenny can't even get his shot out right. Oh, this is crystallizing. And I am taking a shot of Fireball. One, because the shit tastes good. It burns your throat, but leaves it with, like, big red taste. It was also our oldest brother's favorite one. So that's why I'm doing it. Kenny didn't get the chance to get this this week, but he will be.
Right.
So that's basically what this shot is for him. And since it is a brothers podcast, we figure we'd incorporate him somehow. All of our other brothers can piss off because they can come on whenever they want. So, to you. Oh, wait, right there. All right.
Somewhere there.
All right. Well, good night. Or good morning. Or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. Peace, everybody.